Good morning. Hello. Happy, what is today? Wednesday? It is. It's Wednesday. I haven't responded to comments yet. I'm going to do that this morning. I did see them yesterday. It was a very busy day and I did not have a chance to really go through them the way I would like. But I actually was, thank you. Thank you for those comments and thank you for being part of this channel. And it did mean a lot to me. Um, the feedback particularly was quite nice because I almost didn't post the video yesterday because I just thought, what is wrong with me? I'm all over the place. And so thank you. It is kind of our morning coffee chat, even though I'm getting it out a little later today. So the vibe and the energy today, it's been kind of emotional, there's an emotional feeling. If you need to cry, cry and let it out. You're purging, you're releasing, and even if you're not quite sure why you're crying, it feels like it has to do with releasing the old so the new can come in. You're letting go of who you used to be, or you're letting go of an expectation, and you're getting ready to invite something much more powerful and wonderful into your life. And the mug I reached for, this is, of course, a piece of pottery mug that someone made, and I got at a festival, fair, show. And she infused it with wonderful energy. She's a Reiki practitioner, and she put the word peace into the clay. Peace. Today and for the rest of the week, it's important to focus on our inner peace if we want outer peace. I do believe that fully, particularly today. And in America today, it is 9/11, September 11th. And so some of that could be part of the melancholy just because, we did have the worst and most deadly terrorist attack on this soil. And I know a lot of other countries have experienced that kind of thing on a regular basis. But you know what? We are pretty isolated, and it actually did change world events. So, and I am of an age where I was working, and I remember exactly what was going on and what I was doing, and just the shock and disbelief. So, anyway. But this is not a format for that, so we're not going to get into a whole lot of the just recognizing there are some emotions that are possibly a little overwhelming for some. All right, and look at the world now. So yeah, there's anyway. Okay, let's get to this. So I pulled ahead of time. I pulled out a deck I haven't used in a little while, and it's one I cut down because it was so enormous. So if you go to look for it, this is what the back looks like. This is one of the cards. I did cut off quite a bit to make them more manageable for me, and it's a wonderful deck. It's the Energy Oracle by Sandra Ann Taylor. And I shuffled ahead of time and just let the cards, I just pulled, let them fly out where they wanted to fly out. Excuse me. So here's what came up, because this was part of the vibe, because I was so kind of emotional. I just thought, what is going on, The first one that came out was the sun. And immediately I got a wave of relief. It's like, it's okay. Everything is okay. So we've got the sun, and I could also feel a lot of angelic, but particularly of the, if you want to call it the Archangel realm. And I heard the name Ariel, Archangel Ariel. So I feel like that is a being that is very close to us today. And these are arbitrary names, but as humans, we need something to identify them. And they know just by intention when we call on them. But I feel like that energy is very close by. Okay, so I've got to look her up because I'm not even sure exactly what she's supposed to govern. But you know what? You figure that out for yourselves and intuitively, and it will be spot on, I'm sure. So the one that came out was also for the fifth chakra of Archangel. They have Gabriel here. I like Gabrielle. Doesn't matter which one you use. But anyway, and I do know about this one. This is the messenger. This one is the one that brings us information and downloads. So this is Gabrielle or Gabriel, either way you look at it. It's information is coming in, but it's going to be wonderful because it's coming on the heels of the Sun card. And then we have door to romance. Now, if you are not looking for a romantic relationship or not in one, it could be romancing yourself, romancing your own life, finding out what it is that brings you so much joy and just makes you have that look of love about you, because it's love of your own life. And you have to have that before anything else happens. There's something about this card too. It feels like this isn't reaching outward. This is definitely, I think, reaching inward, and it's uncaging your heart. You're not being held captive by anyone or anything. You are freeing your heart so that you can welcome in and embrace what truly is your heart's desire. That's just what I'm getting. All right, Goddess of the Moon is the next one. I feel like this is a time frame card. I know we have, I'm sorry, excuse me, allergies. I know we have a full moon coming up soon. I feel like something is going to manifest and this is a general reading, please understand that. So I feel like there is going to be something that will manifest by the next full moon, or between now and the next full moon. I feel like it has to do with news. It's like everything is going to be out in the open. Everything is going to be told. Everything is going to be expressed. Everyone's going to be on the same page. They may not like being on that page with you, but for the majority, yes. And I feel like it's like with Gabriel's horn or trumpet, blasting it everywhere. So there is going to be news that's blasted everywhere, and the sun's going to come up, and you are going to feel completely unburdened. But I feel like it's happening between now and the coming of the full moon. I don't even know when that is. Hold on, let me see. Alexa, when is the next full moon?
The next full moon will be next Tuesday, September 17th at 10:34 p.m.
Thank you. Wow. Okay. That's big. Sooner than I thought. So between now and Tuesday night. Alexa, exit. Okay. Between now and Tuesday night. Be excited. It's going to be good. It doesn't feel like anything negative at all. In fact, the next two cards that came out, appreciation and victory. We start and end with two in this deck. I mean, of any deck. I mean, it's incredibly positive. So something grand and wonderful is coming. Yeah. That's on a personal level, and I feel like something's going to happen in world events that could change things as well. And I don't like doing political reads because that's just not my thing. But it's, yeah. Something is coming, something is brewing, something is getting big, but it's both personal and geopolitical. I don't know. It feels like being released from a bondage, whether it's self-imposed or someone else is doing this. So I don't know. All right, so let's take a look at another deck. Archangel Power Tarot. Okay, this one I have not cut down because it would have changed the cards too much and I would have lost too much, because a whole lot of the message is written right. The message is written right on it, right? So these are really big cards. So it might take me a minute to shuffle here. All that is, creator of all things. Bring us the message that you want us to have. Help to make me a conduit for your messages and words. spirit guides, guardians, sacred selves, beloved elementals. I'm hearing something about healing for the planet. It's going to take several years for this to come into full fruition, but I feel like steps are going to be taken over the next, and I'm hearing the number 3. So over the next 3 years, there is going to be something put in place that will help benefit all of humanity. Okay. That was a big clump that was just sticking up, but I think it's just the one on top there that I'm supposed to have. Yeah. 7 of Gabriel. We got Gabriel again. Hold on a minute. Dun, dun, dun. Time for glasses. Time for drink of coffee. All right. Ooh, we got a Pegasus. Love Pegasus. Love Pegasus, horses, unicorns. Woohoo! All right. Stand up for what you believe in. Have confidence. Claim your personal power. Okay, let me show this to you. This is an awesome card. I'm a little shaky. Haven't had breakfast yet. That's gorgeous. I love it. I love it. I love it. And even though there's lightning strikes in the background, look at those beautiful colors, the hues. Bring color into your life. I love that so much. And like these are little moonstone earrings I got on Etsy. That's bringing color into your life just because it's a rainbow moonstone, so it has different colors in it. Clearly, I'm into the greens and the blues today. All right. But yeah, I feel like I just heard in the 7th month. In the 7th month, there's going to be, I feel like that, hold on. In the 7th month, there's going to be a claiming and a restructuring of power. You're getting ready to come into your own. Understand that you may have to take on more responsibility. This is for the collective. This is not for all. Some will choose not to acknowledge the newness and the change. Some of you will expect the old, but the old is not the way forward. It will irrevocably damage the planet. Lean into your truth and trust in the spirit of the divine and call on us. Do not fear, do not think there is a new world order or any such thing. No, no, no. There is accountability and personal responsibility. You will come into a place of peace and the expectations to live up to and compete with neighbors. The Joneses comment or thought about keeping up will cease to exist. There will be more community help. There will be more cohesiveness. You will rely on each other. The 7th month. That felt different. Okay, that didn't even feel like it was angelic. And then I almost heard end of transmission. Okay, I've watched a lot of movies, I guess. I don't know. But that felt different, and I had trouble getting it out. Take it for what it is, y'all. Take it for what it is. It didn't feel bad. And I got the sense of a lot of repurposing of things, a greater push toward take what you've got and repurpose it. New careers will come into being where they're not new careers, they're old careers that have been revisited. So the art of woodworking and carpentry and electrical work will, I'm seeing like the old shops on the corners where you would take your coffee pot to be rewired or fixed, or an old radio to have a new something put in it. These people were very talented and good at what they did. those kind of ways are coming back instead of being so disposable. So it will be less of a disposable society and one in which we are taking greater care of what we have. Consumerism will not be as important because we don't, it's what we need and what we want, and there will be a need for beauty in utility. So artistry is definitely going to come back. Okay. Now that may not be right away. That may be in the long run. That may be in the long term. It might even be, I just heard, like our grandparents would understand this, but it might be the grandchildren that are little now who will be the ones who will fully embrace it and bring it into being. And, oh, okay, I think it, wow, energy's ramped up big time. And there's a spirit in here with me. A spirit just walked behind me right here. Where are you, female? Oh, it's my grandmother. She doesn't usually come to visit. She's got a lot to do on the other side. What are you doing, Grandma? I guess she just came to visit. Yeah, I haven't talked to her in spirit in a long time because she just, yeah. Yeah. Your intuition is going to open up soon too. Your downloads and and I'm talking to the collective, will ramp up. Trust what you get. Oh, and I did some crossing work the other day. A couple of different sessions, just because I was places or I went places and I'm like, oh, we got stuff going on here, and so I came home and just worked on it. And she's saying they did cross, so that was about. She came to validate that for me that it did work, and I think that's also why my stomach is feeling better today, and I'm finally kind of getting that under control again. 5 of Michael. Yeah, it says release your attachment to the outcome. That's the main part of that. So the sense of, and I love some shop therapy. Don't get me wrong, love it. But I tend to get things that are on sale, or I love a sale rack. But yeah, that is going to. I don't even need to look at these any longer. I think it was just a catalyst. Wow. Okay. Interesting. All interesting. But yeah, the need for, we're going to be doing more creative work over the next, I would say, decade even. There's going to be a desire to create things with your hands, just like this pottery mug. I love this so much. I've got 2 from this lady. Love them. Had them for years. One I've had for decades. And yeah. So rampant consumerism will be replaced with artistry. It will be replaced with repurposing. It will be replaced, and that's already happening, but it's going to get bigger. And it's going to be, like I can see people refinishing furniture, and if you don't know how to do that, there will be people who do that. Or maybe, and the barter system is going to become alive and well again. People are going to barter services and goods. So if you know how someone is sewing, I get that someone is a seamstress. If you can do that, but you've got a chair that needs to be reupholstered, you just switch out services. Although if you know how to sew, you could probably reupholster a chair. I'm not good at any of that. Oh man, weird. I don't know where this, I did not expect this today at all. The readings are getting very interesting here lately. Okay. I'm just going to see if there's anything else they want me to. Oh, yeah. Last night I was having dreams, but I don't remember anything except I saw this deck, the Lightseers Tarot, and it just went whoop, and then it came back. So I'm like, all right, I guess I need to use that today. So let's get a message from the Lightseers. This is the pocket and the tin. So what is the final message for the collective today? What is the final message for the collective today? I'm hearing don't be in such a rush. That came up earlier in the week, I think. Don't be in such a rush. There is also going to be a push toward kind of, it's almost like going back to a simpler way of doing things, in that it's not how much you accomplish in a day, but it's the quality of what you accomplish. So it's going to be a lot of quality over quantity. Quality over quantity. Quality over quantity. Yeah. And I think that's going to be in every single area of life. We are going to embrace aging. So the aging process will be viewed very differently in the future. I think I'm getting some far-reaching views here. This could be 20, 30, not more than 40 years off. So, yeah. But I think the older folks are going to be embraced with more respect instead of being dismissed and feeling invisible. The aging process, okay, this one turns sideways. Oh, look, the Lovers, yay. Somebody's going to have, again, it's either love, I know, like, yay, someone's having a good time. But someone's either going to have a lot of love for themselves, or a loving relationship will come into being. I think people are just going to love life. If what I'm getting is going to happen, and this is, it's a general reading, who knows, you can't be right every time, but I kind of hope so, because it feels good. It feels settled and comfortable. People are happier in their own skin. It's like, everybody needs to do what they need to do to feel good about themselves. But, when people are having all these weird injections to make themselves look 20 when they're 60, y'all, it's just not happening. Hate to break it to you. Necks don't lie. And, it's, but it's not just that. It's about how we live our lives. It's coming back into community. It's coming back into storytelling. People are going to start telling stories of life and the past. It's almost like, instead of going out and partying to the point you throw up and black out, people are going to opt for, and not everybody does that, but this is the extreme example. Instead of that go, 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 more, 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 it's going to be looking at something and treasuring it for what it is, and the beauty of it, and that someone made it. And people are going to start treasuring what they have already. There might even be some legislation put in place that will affect corporations and make them a little more ethical, because they make stuff that's going to break, and you have to rebuy it every year, or buy it every year. So I think some of that is going to get cleaned up. Toxic dumping, that still goes on. Toxic dumping by corporations. They're going to have to create green spaces, and they're going to have to clean up the waterways. Yeah, well, it's almost a little overwhelming getting pelted with so many images, but it feels positive. So instead of opting for let me go get back to where I started. Instead of opting for you got to have more, be out, drink in excess till you're puking, passing out, and wake up in an alley somewhere. I'm using that as a raw, awful example, right? It doesn't have to be that way. You can go out and have a great time with your friends and everything is fine. But you know what? The other option will be coming into community. Know the people you're around. Welcome and invite people in without competition, without judgment. They would opt for a night at home or a concert outside in the park where no one gets shot. Because people are going to start, that's it. That's where they were trying to get me to go with it. People are going to start valuing the sanctity of the fellow human being looking at them. What just fell out? Judgment, yeah. It's almost like, and I think all of this is really going to take hold in about 20 years. We're going to see this country in particular, but this world to a large degree, will not look the same in 20 years. And that will create a ripple effect. And it's going to be wonderful. Start taking care of your body. Start taking care of your health. Oh, 10 of Cups. Yeah, we are coming into a place that's going to be centered around community and family. And if it's not your biological family, it's the family you make. Guys, this is such a positive. I know it might sound a little scary to have that much change, but it's going to be gradual. It's going to be something where you're going to feel more accepted, and you're going to feel like all those awful self-deprecating messages, they're going to stop eventually. And whatever that message was, it felt like it was coming from out in the universe somewhere. But it didn't feel harmful. It was just like, we are not alone, but in a good way. Okay. And I think some of you in very young children, you're going to start seeing the elements of this happen. And no more blaming every generation for one thing or another. We do have a generation that was born into this. Get as many fillers and Botox and consume as much as you can. There's a backlash, and it's with the very, very young generation. And I think the ones that I just spoke of are going to surprise everyone, because all of a sudden, as they age, they're going to realize life sucks like this. And they're going to put that creativity to use, and they will become the artisans. They will use technology to help understand the best way to create, so that they can address the needs of a greater number with quality, instead of just pumping out a bunch of product for profit that eventually costs more money for the consumer. Wow, I did not expect this at all. Okay. I think I'm gonna just round it out right here. So we've got good things coming. We've got wonderful things coming. And a lot of us may not be around to see it, but we'll see the beginning stages of it, and it will be reassuring and refreshing. For those of you who are my age, and older, it won't be the worst parts, but it will be the best parts of what we remember. And I'm not being sentimental, I'm just being realistic. Okay, I'm going to leave it there. I'm sending so much love to all of you. And finally, it looks like we're going to come back into community, real community, without judgment and without fear, and with acceptance of everyone just as they are. I certainly hope so. Let's hold that in our hearts, in our beliefs, and know that it's true. Okay. All right, everyone. Love you so much. Have a good day. Bye-bye.